beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. You guys, yes, I am back in my truck again, and you know what, it's always go go go, but I'm not complaining. It is what it is. I've just come from the doctor's office. Both my daughter and I have a upper respiratory infection, which is absolutely not fun, but you know, it is what it is, like I said. And with her being back at school, it's always this way with me. You know, has such a weak immune system, so like any little bug she'll catch and she'll get sick. So that's what it's just gonna be now that they're back at school. So you guys, off the back, thank you so much to everybody that watched my videos and that contributed. I actually got paid the AdSense yesterday, and I'm very transparent with everything. I don't want to be, you know, I'm not looking for any brownie points or anything like that, but I just want to let you guys know I did make $403, which I did distribute half and half to Kim, and I'll put all the screenshots in here to show you that I did pay into Words of Power. So thank you guys so much. If it wasn't for you guys watching the videos, we weren't gonna be able to actually donate. And also thank you guys to all those that donated on their own. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys. I truly do. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how Katie Joy lies. So before we get into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. Also, please do not take what I say as facts. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. So let's get into this. So it's been now, I think, 2 weeks in a row where Katie Joy has allegedly been falsely reported to the police. The first time she was reported for actually harming a child on camera, and the second time was how somebody falsely reported that she's harboring brine laundry. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to insert her first lie of somebody calling or making a CPS report, and also the department or the sheriff's department coming to her home. So let's take a look at that.
Went through and put together like a slideshow of the timeline of all the things that the Duggars had said during the same time their investigation was happening. Okay, sorry. The dogs were bothering my son just now. He's better now. So I have a kid, and the kid sometimes yells. He yells at the dogs. He yells at his iPad. He's a kid. And so
now you guys, I did a full video on this, which I will link down below. You can go watch that video, what I had to say about that video. Now pay attention to how Katie takes so long to get to the point. It's like she's thinking up the story as she goes along.
At the very end of the live stream, he knocked on the door and he wanted me to put him to bed, and I said I would get off, and it was you know, I wrapped it up within less than 5 minutes probably. And I got done. And I actually, I didn't want him to walk into the room because I didn't want his face on the screen. I try to keep him off the screen. I don't want my son on social media. And so I walked over there and I said, okay, honey, I'll be there in a second. Just go in with your daddy or something like that. I don't remember what I said. Don't quote me. And then I came back down and I sat down. First of all, the person who called the police lied to the police. They called CPS, I believe, or they filed a CPS report. First of all, they didn't do it in the correct county. So they made a report in the wrong county. And then in the report, they lied. They said they saw me on video physically assaulting my child. That's what the police officer said. They said there was a video of you physically assaulting your child and verbally assaulting your child. So during the video, they said, and they told the police that I physically assaulted my child. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I was online last night and I didn't touch my kid. I don't even know what you're talking about. And okay, so you have all of us as witness. We know you're a good mom. Well, thank you. And a lot, I mean, there was almost 3,000 people in the chat last night.
We know, I can tell you for a fact, when something bad has been done to Katie Joy, she goes off. She goes all the way off. This is not her demeanor at all. So for me, in my opinion, this is the first red flag. We all know that Katie is always seeking attention. There must always be some type of attention brought on her. Can't be left out. So even in a tragedy like this, she decides to insert herself, put herself in the middle of the story, which, trigger warning, this is fucked up, because she has absolutely zero compassion, zero empathy. She doesn't even have that inkling of respect. But this is what happened. So she posted on Twitter, if anyone is wondering, the FBI is seemingly following up on all tips. Due to my reporting on Gabby Petitio's disappearance, someone reported that Brian Laundrie was hiding in my home in Minnesota. Police came here and determined that it was not a valid lead. Hashtag Gabby Petitio. Now, what is the hashtag for? Are you that much of a clout chaser, Katie Joy? Are you that fucking desperate to be noticed? It's like you've got no fucking skin on your face. Can you not give people their space? Why must you always just want to insert yourself? You are not that journalist. I'm sorry to say that. Not really. But that's just the way it is. But let's keep it moving. Then you get this idiot, Unirock. I can't believe they go this far. The cult does this to themselves. How can anyone support this? Really, Unirock? Are you fucking kidding me? You, above all other people, should know what Katie Joy is all about by now. What is wrong with you? Let's keep it moving. Then she says, Denver FBI called the police while they were speaking to us. They cleared the call and said it was not valid. I feel terrible that the time and resources were wasted by the FBI. However, it does prove that they are looking for him and following up on tips. Then she goes on and says, earlier today, police showed up at my home after someone falsely claimed we were harboring Brian Laundrie in our home. I can confirm that the officers told my husband and me that there is an active manhunt for Brian Laundrie. They showed up at my home in bulletproof vest. Hashtag Gabby Petitio. The little bit extra information, they were wearing bulletproof vests. Now, first of all, Katie Joy, why didn't you take a picture of them this time around? Because remember this picture you took of your previous bullshit lie that the police were called to your home, where I believe, in my opinion, this was photoshopped. So please let me know if I'm just seeing things. Isn't this a bulletproof vest that this sheriff or this officer is wearing? So why this irrelevant little detail? They were wearing bulletproof vests. Anyway, let's move on. So somebody responded and says, wait, what? Do you live in that area? Katie Joy says, no, I have been reporting on the case. Someone filed a false report, but the police said the FBI is following up on any leads about Brian's potential location. It's a manhunt, they said. Okay, Katie Joy, you that fucking important, okay? How many other people are reporting on this case? Not one other person has come forward and said that somebody called the FBI and said that they are harboring Brian. Only you, with the hashtag Gabby Petitio. You want to be noticed by the family. You want to be told what a fantastic job you're doing. You're doing a fucked up job, in my opinion. You are doing such a disservice to Gabby's legacy. Then she says, then somebody responded to her and says, do you know Brian personally? So Katie says, no, we've never met him. Someone reported me to Denver FBI. It was insane. I have only reported on the case. First and foremost, I do not believe that anybody called the FBI. I believe, in my opinion, Katie did this herself. Or it was never done at all. Because why the hell didn't you take a picture this time? You said you stood and spoke to the officers for what? An hour? So what were you doing to the officers, Katie? Grilling them on the case? Because it was but no surprise that everybody knew there was a manhunt for him. So this is her sorrowful, pitiful story that she's telling her subscribers. Let's take a look.
Today, as I was covering the reporting, and I don't know how I would classify this, but the police did show up at my house, and somebody contacted the FBI in Denver, and they told the FBI in Denver that I was hiding Brian Laundrie in my house. So when they knocked at my door, I answered the door. There was 2 officers. They both had on bulletproof vests. We have had officers at our door multiple times. These officers showed up at our house with bulletproof vests on, and they were like, what's going on?
Katie Joy, and you guys, I want you to pay attention to this, okay? She said she's had multiple officers come to her door. Just last week, she had one come to her door. He had a bulletproof vest on. So what's so different about them having it on this time? She is trying to embellish the story so much. But what you can't embellish is a lie, okay? And if an officer comes to your house with this kind of information, take note what she said now, okay? Because the story's soon going to change, or she's going to elaborate on the story. So she said she was falsely reported to the FBI in Denver. So the FBI came to her door. 2 officers. She's not saying what officers, so I'm assuming FBI officers came to her door and said to her, what is going on? So I'm confused. If you are coming to check on a house that allegedly is harboring, what can I say? A missing person, right? At this point, it was a missing person. So they're just going to come to your door and say, what is going on? Bull fucking shit. Bullshit.
And I was like, what are you talking about? Somebody contacted the Denver police, the Denver FBI, and told them that I was hiding Brian Laundrie in my house and that he had come to my house. Yes.
Pay attention to the long pauses. It's like she's trying to drum up the story within her mind on the spot, in my opinion, because absolutely this is so fucking far-fetched. Because how many people, I've counted myself, I've looked up YouTube channels, and when I got to 40 channels are covering the story, And not one of them, except Katie Joy, has said that the FBI came to their house.
So while we were this is what they did, Madison. My husband was here too. There was 2 police officers. They were outside my house. They had bulletproof vests on. They said they had received multiple calls from the FBI.
Oh, now it's multiple calls. Not received a call. Now it's multiple calls. This gets juicier and juicier.
They also had claimed that there was video of my husband holding a gun to my head, which never happened.
What the actual fuck? What? She never mentioned all this in her tweets. Now all of a sudden there's video of a husband holding a gun to her head. This woman, in my opinion, is not sick. She is fucking sick.
So they were coming to check on my welfare, and they were looking for Brian Laundrie. Don't turn this into drama. It's not a good look. I'm not making this about drama. Someone asked in my chat about that, and so I'm just telling you what happened.
Now let me give you a taste or an example of exactly how Katie gets when something bad has been done to her. And this is just a tip of the iceberg.
They filed a false report in my state that is fucked up. What the fuck is wrong with you people? And what is wrong with you as viewers that literally eat this shit up and just take things as fact with zero proof? After they fabricated all of this, CPS refused to investigate. So what did they do next? Then they called the police. Yep. So when CPS refused, they escalated it to a supervisor, apparently, and that supervisor said, nope, we're not going to investigate. This does not meet criteria because CPS knows my family. They were here in this house, they've interviewed our nurses, and they know that there's nothing going on here. They now know that people are filing false reports about me and they don't entertain this bullshit. And you are reporting his dad to the police for crimes he didn't commit? Are you fucking serious? But you know what, you guys? If you're giving Manda shit for this, fuck you. I know I just got done with one, but I don't fucking care. You do not accuse people.
Conspiracy, fuck you.
And then you yell at me because I don't take criticism. You're a fucking hypocrite. And you're a piece of shit. And I don't even care about that. Your video caused people to report us to CPS. And now you got people so damn riled up about that video that they have that referenced in the CPS report too, T-spiracy. How many false reports are going to come from your fucking video before you take it fucking down? And I'm so sick of being gaslit by you pieces of fucking shit who sit there and tell me that I am a terrible human being because somebody on YouTube told you I am.
So anyways, we were obviously able to tell them that I had been reporting on the story, that no, I was not harboring Brian Laundrie in my home, that none of these claims were true, and they left. But it was crazy because while we were standing there, the FBI literally called him on the phone, and said they cleared the case.
It took you quite a long while, Katie, for you to say that the FBI called and said they cleared the case. That I am no law enforcement expert. I am no expert in anything law enforcement, but that is a load of crap. A load of crap. The FBI is going to call whoever's there and say, oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything's closed. She's good. bullshit. And if there's anybody out there that has expertise in law enforcement, FBI, or what she's talking about, please feel free to let me know if I am full of shit. Okay? I'd appreciate that.
Anyone in the chat that is saying that I'm lying, there are records with the police department. They were at my house. I am so goddamn tired of being gaslit by people that are saying that I'm lying. I have no reason to lie about this.
Oh no, Katie. Oh no. There's plenty reasons for you to lie about this. For you to get attention, which is fucked up for you to lie about to get attention. And also, can we please have the police department that has records of this, since you're so willing, and goddamn these people, for an atheist, for you be using the word God, shame on you. And also, we would love to actually, this time around, actually know that you're telling the truth. Because after this, we're going to talk about how she got caught out in her lies.
I was heartbroken for Gabby's family because I thought about this. I said to the police, I said, you know, it's heart-wrenching to know that they are probably receiving so many tips like this, that there are so many tips like this that they just show up at. And then,
can you imagine Katie, okay, standing with these officers and talking to them if they were there? Oh, I'm just covering this case. I have 180,000 YouTube followers. I have so many thousand on Instagram. This is what I do. That's what I do. Give me a fucking break. I feel sorry. If those officers were there, I feel more sorry for them than anything else.
But then another part of me was like, wait a minute. It's horrible that they're here, but it also just tells me that they're really taking these things seriously and that they are really looking hard for Brian. And they're following up leads, even if they're not credible. So I just, you know, this whole stop calling the FBI and reporting things that are just not true. Why are you wasting authorities' time? So anyways, they are actively looking for Brian. So at least there's that aspect. That was sort of the silver lining I can say out of all of that. Yeah, there's definitely no one hiding in my basement. I actually said that they were welcome to come into my house and look for Brian if they didn't believe me. They declined. And that was it. They were here for about an hour. This is what they did with the Josh Duggar case. So when the Josh Duggar case happened, they called the police and said that my husband was downloading CP. Now with this case, they called the FBI and said that I'm hiding Brian, knowing that there's a manhunt for Brian. That's why this part was just a little bit like, yo, these cops showed up at my house with like bulletproof vests on. But you know what? It's not about me.
Now, let me tell you this, okay? You see, Katie uses these stories, like how these people try to fabricate footage of CP and blame it on her son, and how they called CPS on her and made false reports. So she's going to keep using these excuses and lie about other instances because she saw how much sympathy she got from other people and how much attention she got, because that was fucked up. That was truly fucked up for people to have done to her. So she's going to keep riding this train. So I'm going to insert a video that was brought to my attention, and you guys, you can take what you want to take from it. Take it with a huge grain of salt, do whatever you need to do. But this was very interesting. And this is how far people will go to prove what a fucking liar this Katie Joy is.
So to have an update with the CPS investigation with Katie, I emailed back and forth with the sheriff clerk, and anyone could do this. So anyone else can do what I did and find if I'm a liar, McLiarson or not. Go ahead. So I gave Katie's legal name, her husband, and her son's legal name, asked if there was a welfare check on any of these individuals as of recent. They told me no, and they asked me if there was anything else I could help them with. So I sent them the picture of the officer in the house. Now they told me that I'm not allowed to share that information, but I will say that it wasn't for welfare check over her son or her husband. That is what they told me. I can't give any more details about the picture, but I can say she is a liar and we all knew this. And go ahead, everyone email the fucking sheriff and sheriff clerk and call in and stuff, because I'm not fucking lying.
Okay, you guys, I'm back in my spot. I just had to do some quick editing, and everything happens for a reason. So while I was editing this video, I actually came across Todd Chrisley's Confessions for today, and first time I'll actually have it on time. So I'm gonna actually leave. He only spoke for about 7 minutes, so I'll actually leave it there at the end of the video. So I also did get this that was sent to me yesterday, and it says, update from Hennepin Sheriff below. Unsurprising to everyone, Catherine fabricated a story regarding Brian Laundrie on 9/19/2021. Words fail me. Catherine has lowered the bar beyond anything I could imagine. If someone can assist this boomer in creating a post, I wish to provide screenshots of my entire transaction with the sheriff's office. This data should be provided to everyone mounting legal action against Catherine Paulson. And then this was the email from the Hennepin Sheriff, and it says, on 9/21/2021 at 8:45 a.m., Hennepin County Data Request Portal wrote, your data request reference, and that's the reference number. Dear anonymous user, on or about 9/20/2021, the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office received your data practice request made pursuant to the Minnesota Government Data Practices Act. Based on the information, we have no responsive records of your data request. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact our office. Sincerely, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office Data Practices. Phone number and email. Now, folks, there you have it. You can come to your own conclusion. You can think what you want to think. But for me, and this is just my opinion, I never believed that from the get-go, because I feel I know when KJ is lying. She just has a certain way about herself, but that's just me. You can form your own opinion. Do what you need to do. This is just my opinion. And this is what it was for me. You know, when she tweeted out the picture of the sheriff at her house last week, Sunday, okay? Instant red flags went up, because for me that looked photoshopped. And I put a picture on my Twitter with an arrow. His leg didn't look right. And let's be clear about one thing. When KJ actually does post her son on her Twitter or Instagram, she always just puts an emoji over his face. And then what sealed the deal for me was when she actually photoshopped Lulu Rowe at the Met Gala with Kim Kardashian. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, KJ, you actually found yourself a new app, the Photoshop. Max, do whatever you need to do, but you're not going to bullshit me. But you know, the most surprising thing to me now was when she posted all this, how the FBI was at her house, and the only idiot that actually came to her defense was Unirock. And it's like, in my opinion, Unirock seems to be the only cult member for KJ, because he seems to just agree and feel bad for her and blame all these other people. It's like, have you got no other content to bring out? You should know what KJ is all about. But it's not neither here nor there. So in my opinion, there is no low for KJ. What she has done by using Gabby Petitio's death to try bring attention for herself. That's all the way fucked up. There's no better way of putting this. It's heartless, it's cold, it's disgusting. Who does things like this? Who thinks about things like this? In my opinion, not a normal person. And how is she going to come and prove that this is wrong? Is she going to come and say, oh no, they actually went to the wrong county sheriff's department. It wasn't that county, it was this county. You can't do that, KJ. You got found out in your lies. And the saddest thing about it, in my opinion, if this is true what she did, and I feel it is, that's just my opinion, she put her own son in harm's way. Didn't she say whenever strangers come to their house, her son is affected? There's strangers coming in and out her house. And when you're looking for a missing person, when they come to your house, why are they going to not search your house? Just take your word for it. You guys, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. As I said, I will leave the clip from the Chrisley Confessions at the end. He also speaks about this report that I just read. So you guys, thank you so much for your time. Please have a wonderful rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Wear your mask, and please don't forget to be kind to one another. Thank you so much, you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Good morning, everyone. It's Todd.
And Julie.
Well, folks, listen, we're going to dive right in because got so much stuff to bring you up to speed on today. I've had so many people reaching out to me about the whole Katie Joy thing. And, I talked about it weeks ago and, said we're not going to try this on our show. We're going to let the courts in Minnesota handle this. I cannot tell you, after posting the email address for all the people to reach out who had complaints or who had been harmed or allegedly been harmed by Katie Joy, we have officially reached our class action status. So I'm so grateful for that, so appreciative, and we will be assisting financially in whatever ways that we can to make sure that the cases for all of these victims can move forward. And that everyone gets their justice and their day in court. Some folks would say, why do you care about a non-existent YouTube personality, or not even a personality, just a YouTube thing or whatever you call it? And well, it's because of the harm that she does to so many people. And those people really don't have a voice. They may not have the resources to go after her. She doesn't even have the resources to fight it. We know that I'm wasting money going after this individual because any settlement that I get, there's not money there to pay it. So, and we also know that we will get a settlement. It will happen. We will get a judgment, and I will pursue that judgment through my attorneys until the day that every dime of it is paid. I don't care if she pays $2 a week. She's going to have to think about me and writing my name on a check every week until it's paid. Lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with this woman that maybe she's not even aware of, because I think she believes her own bullshit. But, it's wrong to file. It's wrong to say that people are doing things to you when they're not. It's wrong to bring law enforcement into things when you shouldn't be doing it and when you lie to the law enforcement. It's wrong. I received a message. Now, whether or not this is true or not, I don't know. I received a message yesterday that said that this Katie Joy had claimed that the police had been out to her house because she's now driving clickbait through the unfortunate situation with this young girl, Gabby, and her family, whose parents have lost a child. But this Katie Joy finds comfort in these things. She claims, I'm reporting. No, you are looking to harm someone else. And we've already got tons of issues with what she's doing with this Gabby story, and we can prove that it's false reporting. We can also prove, well, I shouldn't say we can also prove. I can tell you that I received a message yesterday from someone who says that Katie's statement regarding the police coming out to her house about this Gabby's boyfriend or whatever is not true. Allegedly not true. I am told via this message that they've checked with the sheriff's department and the police there in her jurisdiction, and that no one came out to her home for this matter. But yet she stated that someone contacted the FBI and told that this Gabby's boyfriend was at Katie Joy's house, and Katie says it's because she's doing all this Barbara Walters exclusive stuff that she's stealing from other real journalists and reporters out there. So regardless of that, I'm going to move on because I don't even care to talk about this trash. At the end of the day, she's going to get her day in court. Now, her attorney has not, which I find, not really ironic. My attorneys sent her new, remember folks, she posted weeks ago that she has assembled the dream team. Well, it might be the dream team of settling. It's not the dream team of litigating, because from what I understand, Katie Joy is running from some of the other issues that she has and trying to settle, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen. But her attorney, Graham, has not responded to my attorneys after they contacted her attorney, Graham, who's, I guess her equivalent of Melvin Belli. He had sent out a blanket email and letters to everyone that said the same thing. He just put somebody else. He just took a blanket format of a letter and then attached everyone's name to it that doesn't even have anything to do with the shit that they're talking about. So my attorneys kind of educated him on what the law is in Minnesota, and that I have no obligation to Katie Joy at all to preserve anything, if I had anything to preserve. And he has not responded, but they have informed him that he is to communicate solely through them going forward regarding his issues now and future litigation. Folks, pay attention to the statement, future litigation. It's coming to her. It's not going away. So her attorney will respond to my attorneys once that suit is filed, because he'll have a certain amount of days to do so. But that's kind of where we are with that trashy subject.